Hello. Just two things that I forgot to mention in that last video. Pope Leo again. I forgot to come over to the chart, Lorraine. If you're not new here, if you're not new, if you're not new, you know what I'm talking about. If you're new, this ain't gonna make no sense, and I'm not gonna explain it right now. It's flipping 12 o'clock at night. I just cannot. I don't have the energy to explain this, but I'll draw the clock tower in. Okay. Okay, so he is number 14, or Leo 14. Okay, here is the clock tower, and then of course in Titanic, Leo stands up on the bow of the ship right here and does the Christ pose and says, "I'm king of the world." Okay, so this is really interesting because we also have a connection back with Marty as well, okay, in Back to the Future, right? And of course, and we have the connection back with Marty, with Mary with the Christ inside, with the T, okay. And this is the date that I was just looking at, and this is Mother's Day, okay. So 5/11 for Mother's Day, 5/11 maybe for something with Madonna. And what is interesting is that with gematria there, white smoke, so the selection of the Pope, the gematria for white smoke matches pretty well with Mother's Day, and obviously the Holy Mother, Mary, or she's the mother, yeah. So she is the mother, right? Notice the Pope's birthday as well. Leo is 9/14. Notice also that when we were dealing with Madonna, her number jump from the sinking of Titanic through to her to actually 5/11. Okay, and Madonna has several connections to this number pi. But notice that it was, I can't even remember what it was. I think it was 41,300 days or something like that. So we had the numbers of pi in reverse. Notice that also when you come across this pi row here, that 410 is actually the total up to this point. Yeah, if you add all these numbers up across this row, 410 again when the Titanic set sail. Okay, right here. Note that the clock tower is upside down Titanic. Here's the funnels. I did mention in that other video, like, when the ship was sinking, if you've ever seen a steam engine, right, running, you'll know that there's quite a lot of black smoke coming out of that thing. And you might know that if you flood an engine with water, okay, what you're going to see, at least with a regular internal combustion engine, is a ton of white smoke comes out of that thing. Now imagine that ship going down and water flooding into to the fires of the boiler room, and imagine the amount of just white smoke that would bellow out of that thing as the boilers were hit by water. Okay, so there's an interesting idea of the black smoke turning to white smoke with the ship going down, I think, anyway. Again, his birthday, this potential. Oh, and it was 1955 as well. Let's not forget 1955. And then, was there anything else I want to mention about this? So there is Madonna's potential, or Mother's Day is the potential. What did I say? Date for something to happen to Madonna. And let me just explain something, because what we have in Back to the Future is a lightning conductor here on top of the clock tower, and the lightning comes down in the stylized 55, hits the top of this thing, yeah, and that point there, that spark, yeah, as like the divine spark of creation. It's almost like the Virgin Mary. It's almost like the Holy Spirit coming down and impregnating um, the Virgin Mary. If you get, like the Immaculate Conception, the conception point, the spark from the heavens, okay, and then the rebirth of Marty. So this is an interesting. What I'm trying to get at is 511 is super duper interesting. The idea of the mother and also the conception of Christ. And one other thing to note about this whole thing with the spire here is if we go back to the cathedral setting with Notre Dame and the spire actually falling, okay, what portion is what's that representing here? I guess the lightning conductor on the top of here would be the spire on top of the courthouse, on top of the um, clock tower. Okay, so this is well interesting again with the spire here and it referencing back to 511. I think as well in makes me think of V for Vendetta because whatever building that is that they blow up first, I think is there a spire that goes down on the top of that first? I'm not sure. I can't really remember without going and looking at the film, but anyway, I wonder if there is a puff of smoke as well when that hits, a puff of white smoke when the lightning hits. I don't know. You do notice though that in Back to the Future when the DeLorean stops, it's how do you draw the DeLorean down like this, and then it's got these funny bits at the back, doesn't it? Okay, that's a real good DeLorean. Yeah, and it has these bits at the back here, and then that it lets out the white smoke. And also note that when the DeLorean, after it's done its jump, is frozen. Okay, just like the people going into the abyss when the Titanic sinks, they're frozen. So anyway, this is interesting with the white smoke that falls out the back of this thing. I don't know what else. I will mention one other thing with this connection with the DeLorean and Island being built in. I think both were built in Belfast, and the first time traveler, of course, is Einstein the dog, and of course Einstein's birthday 314. So again, the maiden voyage 314, Einstein the dog. I think I'm going to leave it there. I just really wanted to show the fact that his birthday, the new Pope's birthday, is right here at the centre of this blooming clock tower again. Yeah, that's really what I wanted to show. And then, of course, don't forget that Leonardo DiCaprio's birthday is 11/11. The idea of the clock tower itself with the pillars here, yeah, and again with the idea of the Pope, the Pontiff, the bridge builder, or whatever the hell that means. Yeah, that bridge, that arc sits on pillars. Okay. I think that's it. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that's crazy that should be in there in here right now. Yeah, it's interesting that two of these pillars fall on the 4/7, isn't it? With his birthday, 74. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm done on my little sort of random little chat about the new Pope's birthday in here. Okay, Leo, and all these connections back to the ship and to the Titanic. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on another one soon. All right, cheers.